Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing Come Follow Me for May, and I'm very excited to share this with you. So if you're interested in more Christian curriculum or more homeschooling curriculum, please remember to subscribe, and let's get into Come Follow Me. Okay, so it is insane to me that it's already May. I know I say that every single month, but the fact that the year is almost half over already is just crazy. I'm like, what even happened? I don't know. But the Come Follow Me for May is 5 weeks. And so we're gonna cover just a few little things and just point out a few ideas that I had or explain things a little bit more. And then the downloads will be down in the description box below. My website's been having some issues, so we've been trying to fix it for a while. But if you want the downloads, I'll just make sure they're linked directly down below. So hopefully you can get them that way. If not, just let me know, message me or something, or send me an email, and I will send you the download directly. But let's get into this. So there's several themes I feel like that kind of ran through all 5 weeks of May. And then most of the activities are more, there's a lot of group or hands-on type things with a parent, because I feel like that's just a better way of learning. I've transitioned a lot from the more busy work activities to things that require a little bit more deep thinking and just working through the scriptures and getting into the scriptures, because that's where we're gonna learn the most. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the 10 Commandments. And this particular week, the 10 Commandments and this idea that we're gonna learn on this day 2 is gonna flow through the rest of the week. So this is an important activity to do. So they're gonna decode the message, where did Moses receive the 10 Commandments? And then it's important to remember the first and the second commandment, because as the week goes on, we're going to learn about how the Israelites built an idol, the golden calf. And I think that that's this story right here. So you're gonna read the story, and then they're going to draw pictures of what is happening in the story. And every kid's pictures can be different. What they thought was important or what stood out to them the most in the story might be different. And so it's fine if they look different. So those commandments are going to apply to that story. And then the next day, they're going to talk about what is most important. And then it's going to have you ask questions like, what did the children of Israel do wrong? And they're going to have to remember what those commandments were, the first and second commandment that they learned earlier in the week. And then what could they have done instead? They're building this idol, so what could they have done instead? So a lot of activities I feel like this month at the beginning of the week kind of tie into the rest of the week. And so if you skip some days or miss some, which we do sometimes because life is crazy, then you might have to go back and kind of review, because they might tie into each other and your kids might not understand. Again, my hair, it's always in my mouth and face, but they might not understand what they're supposed to do. And then the next week, we're gonna be talking about the tabernacle, and you can relate that a lot to the building of the temple. So again, the first day, you are going to ask them materials for building a tabernacle and just kind of what they think. Okay, it doesn't have to be what they actually used, but what they thought. What would you need to build a building? What are some of the things that you would need? Just to get their brains kind of going and thinking about how difficult of a task this would be as well. And then the next day, you're going to go through these scriptures that are right here and find out how the materials were provided, because they were provided by a lot of the people donating things. And so this is going to tie in later in the week too, that we all have something we can contribute. Okay, so even if you didn't have very much to give to the building of the tabernacle, you could give something. And so all of us as individuals have something we can contribute to the gospel. So they're going to answer some questions about that later in the week. And then also talk about how it's a place of holiness. So here they're going to build a picture of a tabernacle. Build a picture? Did I say build or draw? I don't know. They're going to draw a picture of a tabernacle, what they think it would look like. And then down here, they're going to draw a picture of a temple. So it kind of has it as a riddle, not a riddle, but I don't know. Is that the right word? It says in the bottom box, draw a picture of a place that we built today that is similar to a tabernacle. Okay, so, and then I put a hint. There are many being built. Pick your favorite and draw it. So a temple, they're gonna pick one that's being built and draw a picture of it. Their favorite one, or maybe one they live by, one that they're more familiar with, whatever it is, they can draw a picture of it. So that is that week. And then as we come in, I just wanted to point out the end of the next week, we're gonna be reading a story in Numbers and drawing a picture. So this story is with the serpents, the fiery serpents. And so then the serpent is raised up on a stick, and this is going to tie in the next day's activity again. So it's important to kind of go over that and to review that. So you're going to read the scriptures, or they can read the scriptures and then draw a picture of that, what they thought it might have looked like. And then the next day, there's a lot of scriptures throughout all of the standard works that talk about this raising of a serpent. And so you're going to read them. I have them listed here, at least the ones that were in Come Follow Me. And so you'll go through them and read them and write a phrase or a word, something that adds to your understanding of this fiery serpent and this raising of this serpent on a stick that is a type of Christ. And so that's kind of what this activity is. And then it has a few other questions for you to go in. So that's kind of what I mean. Like, a lot of the activities this month tie into each other. They're not just their own separate thing. And then there's going to be a lot of remembering the scriptures, meditating upon the scriptures, reading the scriptures, the importance of studying the scriptures. It kind of just runs all throughout this. And so this is one of them. It says remembering the scriptures, and this one's in Deuteronomy. So they can either take a phrase, so this is Deuteronomy 6, from Deuteronomy 6 that they really like and write it down here, or they can find another scripture that they really like and put it down here, and they can decorate it. You can do it on your separate paper, whatever, and then you're gonna put it someplace that you can see it all the time, that you're going to be able to read it and kind of memorize it. So that's that. And there'll be another activity that's a little bit similar. It might be the next one. Not quite. The next one does talk about meditating on scriptures though. So we have another one that's meditating on the scriptures and day and night. And then as we are constantly thinking about the scripture, the things we study in the scriptures, we will be blessed. So these are a list of scriptures that will teach us the power that can come from studying the scriptures. So they're going to read them. Some are most of them are in the Book of Mormon, and then there's the one in Joshua, and you're going to write a phrase or something down to help you remember what it is, or the thing that the scriptures give you, you know, those kinds of things. And then after you finish the activity, you're going to think about all these things that it told you the scriptures can give you, and you're going to set a goal. Like, you can set a goal too, but you're going to encourage your kids to set a goal for that week or for the next month of how they can improve their scripture study. And again, that's a theme that kind of runs throughout the whole month. And then we have this scripture in Joshua 24. So I kind of put it in fancier writing right here. So the kids can either decorate it here, they could just cut it out here and put it somewhere. They'll remember it. They could paste it onto a separate piece of paper. They could write it on a separate piece of paper, however they want to do it. But just again, to remember these scriptures and how they can impact our lives, how they can help us, reflecting on the scriptures every single day and having them constantly before us and meditating on them is such an important thing for us to learn. And I feel like this next month reiterates that again and again in Come Follow Me. It just talks about the importance of really studying and understanding the scriptures. And then I have our bingo cards for May, and this will be a lot of fun. Again, I try to put some things on that are maybe a little bit more familiar, but then also things that aren't, and some like names that maybe you don't know very well, because it's just fun to know these like little random tidbits of things that happen in the scriptures. So there's are the cards, and there's 3 of them. I always print 4, but I make 3 that are different, because usually it's my 3 oldest kids that are playing, but then I have a 4th one that I print just in case my 5-year-old plays. And then here's the cards, and I said this last month, but you don't have to use the little hint that I give here. You can come up with your own, or you could just read the name straight. Maybe if you have younger kids, you could write it on like a board and they could just find it. But it's a really good way to review. And so I'll read these, or you could have your kids open the scriptures. Not all of them have scriptures, but some of them do. And they could read through it and figure out what the answer is and things like that. You can do a lot of fun things, but it's a great way to review and to really have your kids understand everything that's in the scriptures. So these cards are there as well, and those will be a download that will be down in the description box as well. Okay, so that's Come Follow Me for May. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a really fun time studying the Old Testament with your kids, and please let me know down below what your favorite thing is to study, or maybe a story that you've already studied that you really enjoyed, something that your kids just really loved. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.